Well, hello everybody, my name's Mr. Lee David Cartel. I want to talk about another important subject, and it's the intimacy perspective of being with a trans guy. And there's a lot of questions that people ask about this. So I just wanted to say, if you're cisgender, what this actually means is it demonstrates awareness that trans people exist and that they care about trans people. Recognising me and everyone in the community, and my partner was cisgender. Doesn't mean they're a lesbian, because they're not. They're cisgender, and that's what it means. Okay, so as a couple, there are boundaries, like any couple, that you do not want to talk about to each other. So if you're talking about sex, intimacy in depth and detail of how we have sex and so forth. So I'm going to briefly explain certain things, sexual health, and can be seen as a tricky thing to navigate for anyone, even sex for trans people. So transphobia, and the feeling of being uncomfortable, and seeing a health professional, because trans is something as simple as that, as a health checkup. And there is the accredited tests for a health check, for health checkups that can be posted straight to your door, and it's called Let's Get Checked. So if you check it out on Google or on the media, Let's Get Checked in the UK, you can get the package sent to your door, in which you can have the checkup, a little package with like a blood prick, working around medications, and doing a urine test or whatever. And it gets posted straight to your door, so you don't need to go and see a health professional if you're worried about that, transphobia, feeling uncomfortable being trans. And you can get the results online. Go online, get the results, you see it all online. So there's no need to see a practitioner. And this involves like a urine sample and a blood sample, which I've just mentioned. So it's a sexual health check. So if you're worried about such things as syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, which are important things when it comes to sexual health, to stay healthy basically. If you thinking about dating a trans person when you are cis or cisgender, what this simply means is you're demonstrating awareness, as I've just said, that trans people exist, and they care about trans people being recognised in the community. So the first question, being thought of as a gay couple, well, there's nothing wrong with it, but we're not. And the other question is strict boundaries when it came to sex. So it's being comfortable, and the key point is communication. It's like with any couple that are having sex, it's an understanding of dysphoria as well, and it's different for all. They go up and down. And the other question is the difference of dating a cis guy, without generalising it, should I say. Being trans, or the body of a trans guy, differs, because I've mentioned this in conversations, because we're all on a different journey, and I've had these conversations with her, and the most obvious one is that there is no cystic. Okay, there's a big difference, but there's no difference as much as you think there would be. In a sense, someone like myself who's had a phalloplasty, just basically need to prepare, boom, boom, and a bit of time, and penetrating and sex. So it depends on a person's growth, and as a mature adult, plenty of experience, everyone's different. So experimentation, toys if you like, if you want to use toys. For many, it would be a big deal. With others, it won't matter so that much. And anyway, there's so much more to sex than just that, to be quite honest, in the bedroom. So, like the big curiosity to many out there. And then there's the question of gender dysphoria when it comes to this subject, and coming up unexpectedly about having an understanding with your partner. Like any person, couple in a relationship, is clear communication is, you just need to communicate with your partner and have that understanding and be respectful in each other's feelings. Respect is the important part of it all, and never made to feel guilty or disrespected for that happening. The other question is how you go about asking about a trans man. The body parts. When that woman comes along and she asks those questions. I just told her, although she was not really in the know, and your partner's not aware of everything, and just assume. So there's been long discussions that we've had. It was done in a natural, respectful way, integrated into the experience of understanding the likes or dislikes. So that's the other question. The family unit, like you see it as a long, as long as you're happy and they treat you right. And my mother advised me always to play safe when it comes to sex. And the question around kids as well was another question. However, you don't need to justify your sex life. I just wanted to say that with family, friends, anyone for that matter, you don't have that close relationship. You don't need to ever feel you need to describe your sex life to them, because it is different in some way. And to justify somebody else's curiosity, you've overstepped the boundary. Also, the next question: when should I tell the person that I'm trans? I'm up front with who I am, so I would not date someone who did not want to meet me because I am trans, and I wouldn't waste my time. So I'm just not going to waste my time on that subject at all. However, you can tell them a little bit later on a safe situation to do so, which is what you could do that as well, or before anything sexual happens, should I say, before you get into the bedroom, basically, or as early as possible, and let them know. Okay, it's safer to do that. Why invest in someone who won't be understanding? Although it's a frightening thing to do, you don't know what to expect, but it's something you need to think about and consider. I mean, with my partner, I told her straight away, more or less, and she knew anyway. She read my book, and when it comes to the discussion bit, we just spoke about it. So it's always important to communicate and have an understanding when getting involved with somebody who's a trans man. So, it's used to growing up, should I say, in a world where, it can be frightening. So it's not like, for a woman to read up about it in a book, a trans man thinking, as a woman, is this not what I'm used to from a woman's perspective? It takes learning, and it takes exploring, and communication, and respect, and it's two-way boundaries, and it's about enjoying it too, and that's all that matters. So the most important thing is to stay safe. So I just wanted to talk about that subject when it comes to having a woman or cisgender woman, cisgender, me being a trans man. Any questions that you want to ask like that, basically the main key point here is communication and respect and understanding one another's boundaries. So I wanted to share that. So yeah, from that perspective, when it comes to sex, the intimacy part, going from dating into the bedroom. So yeah, please press the subscribe button. Any questions that you want to ask, please, love to get the feedback. Speak to you all soon. Love and light. And yeah, speak to you soon. Bye for now.